Help me welcome very talented David Moore. Everybody let him hear it. Let's hear it for Ryan, everybody. Let's hear it for MC Ryan. So first let's get something straight. Originally, I didn't even want to be a businessman. I had to. Look at me. You laugh, I looked like this in 4th grade, okay, so. It was all. Even when I was born, the doctor was like, "Congratulations, Mrs. Moore, it's an accountant." So, I see people give me strange looks. You're thinking, what is a businessman doing working as a comedian, right? But you know, the truth is that there are lots of people who make us laugh every day who used to have other jobs. Like Bob Newhart used to be an accountant. Right? Jackie Mason was a rabbi. Al Sharpton was a minister. George Bush owned a baseball team. These people make us laugh every day. So I just got back. I spent a week at a yoga retreat. Big mistake, people. For a guy in his 50s, there's a fine line between yoga and waterboarding. Okay, so this was. What do? They make you do this this pose, downward dog. Is that what it is? Yeah. Mine looks more like dog hit by car. So, and then we did, then they tried, they had us all do Bikram yoga. Yeah, this is for people where yoga isn't hard enough. So they put you in a tandoori oven, turn the temperature up to 175 degrees Kelvin, okay? And it's torture. I don't know, maybe it was just me, because the instructor seemed a little nervous. He made me fill out a next of kin form before I went in there. So, and the only pose that I'm any good at is Shavasana. You know this one, right? Our yoga instructor over here. So this is where you lie still at the end of the session for like 10 minutes. Now, I still need a cervical pillow and a daiquiri to do that one. So that's my yoga. So weather's been pretty good in New York here lately, huh? Great. You know, I found myself, I'm watching the Weather Channel now, like all day long and all night long. You know, they don't only do the weather, they have like these little specials and these little stories on there. And I watched this a few days ago. They had a little special on all of the major disasters, weather disasters and man-made disasters around the globe over the last 10 years. You know the area that's been hit worse than any other area in the whole globe? The area around New Orleans. True, they said that because of Katrina, they had, I think, Hurricane Ike, tornadoes, floods, and then the Gulf oil spill. You know, they said that the total cost to the U.S. economy for those things in the last 10 years, $240 billion. Yeah, and when I heard that, I don't know, maybe it's just me, all I could think about was how badly we got fucked on that Louisiana Purchase. People are pissed off at BP. They should be upset with Thomas Jefferson. So, let me tell you something, people. There are not going to be a lot of comics tonight that use Louisiana Purchase as a punchline, okay? So, thank you. I'm working on my Monroe Doctrine material. It's not quite ready yet, but as soon as it is, I'll bring it right out. So, I saw the movie Zero Dark 30 just last week. Have you seen this? I finally downloaded it. It's a great movie. And now I was thinking back, you know, first when we first learned about Osama bin Laden, right after 9/11, do you remember this? He was the 17th of 34 brothers and sisters. Right? Remember, that was true. And I remember thinking that, first I thought that was strange, and then I said, oh my God, he and I actually have something in common. We're both the middle child. Just looking for attention, that's all. So, and then in the movie, you know, when they captured and killed him, they also took all of the computers in the compound. And I don't remember this is true. The CIA said that they found that there were pornographic videos downloaded. Remember that? Downloaded on there? You know, the CIA just issued their report, and they said it's terrible. There were videos of young women doing all kinds of inappropriate things. Driving, going to college, making money, crazy stuff, okay? Taliban pornography, that's what that is. So what can let me tell you a little bit about me. I went to Harvard Business School, which I only mention because, as I'm sure you know, as a Harvard graduate, we are all required within the first 2 minutes to work it into every conversation. And I know what people are thinking, because you know, if a comedian came up here and said, I went to NYU. People think, okay, that's all right. Or if someone came up here and said, I went to UCLA, people think, that's cool. I get on stage and I say, I went to Harvard. People are like, what a dick. And whenever people find out that you went to Harvard, they never let you live it down. Especially whenever I do something stupid. People are always like, what, they teach it at Harvard? Mr. Harvard? I mean, you never hear people use that expression for other schools, right? Like if you had a friend who accidentally locked his keys in his car, you wouldn't say, hey, what, they teach it at SUNY Buffalo? Mr. SUNY? So. What else? I'm Jewish. Big shocker there, huh? So, I grew up in a small town in New Jersey. I'll tell you something, it wasn't easy growing up in this town in the 60s and 70s. I remember all my classmates used to make fun of me just because I was Jewish, and that was in Hebrew school, okay? So this was not fun. So my wife is also Jewish, and I'm a lot more religious than she is, but over the years she's come around. Like her favorite holiday of the year is Halloween, but to make me feel better, she calls it Halloween. We actually celebrate 2 days of Halloween. That's how religious we are. So what else? I do a lot of corporate gigs, and a couple of months ago, I did a big gig for Deutsche Bank, and that afternoon, I happened to run into my rabbi. And so I mentioned, he asked me what I'm doing, and I mentioned that I was doing this gig that night, and he said, he got all upset. He's like, David, it's not right to do comedy for a German bank after what they did to our people. And I was like, Rabbi, come on, relax. I said, first of all, it's like 60 years ago. And I said, besides, they're treating me really nicely. They gave me a big chunk of cash and a painting that used to belong to my grandfather. Even on the check, they wrote reparations. It was really very sweet. I had my annual physical recently in December, I guess, so a few months ago, and I'm over 50 now. I'm talking to the doctor. I got to be careful about where my health problems are going to come from. So I'm asking him all these questions. He said, David, he says, if you want to know where your health issues are going to arise, he says, quite frankly, if you want to know how you're likely going to die, he said, just look at your family history. So I did, and I realized that the odds are that I'm going to die in a burning synagogue in Eastern Europe. All right, a little dark, but what the hell, So. All right, so let me wrap up. The toilet broke in our apartment the other night, and I told you I'm Jewish. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I tried to fix it. So I opened up the back of the toilet. Have you looked at the workings of a toilet lately? All this talk about how technology is changing our everyday lives apparently has not reached the plumbing industry. The entire thing is powered by a child's bracelet connected to half a tennis ball. And while I was trying to, I wasn't able to fix it, but I was doing it. I realized it dawned on me. There's only one toilet that could never stuff up. It's those suction toilets on the Boeing 767s. I swear to God, I have flushed those dozens of times. I still grab the handle by the door just for safety. Right? And thank goodness they have the sign in the lavatory. Please don't throw paper towels in the toilet. Like that would do anything, right? I accidentally flushed a ski jacket down one of those once. And you know what the flight attendant said to me? What, they teach you that at Harvard? I'm David Moore. You guys have fun tonight. Thanks.
Give it up for David, everybody.